Let's see, before we do what we're going to do with belts, Preston, let me make an announcement. One thing we are doing is building a spiritual matrix. And in case you don't know, a matrix is not only a movie, in fact 3 movies I believe, but the word is a feminine word and it speaks of womb. So a matrix is a space where something grows and evolves and develops. So we wish to have a space in this community where love and the other divine attributes can develop within that matrix. That normally doesn't happen when we're talking to a big group like this. It happens in smaller groups. And so we're seeing it in 2 levels. One level is what we are going to call source time. And source time will be a small group of 4 individuals. There'll be one person who is facilitating it, but it will be 4 people. And we are going to begin these groups next week. One will be, there'll be 3 groups starting at 10 a.m. So that means if you come to the 9 o'clock, you can still get to the 10, or if you want to come early, you can come to that. And what I need you to do is sort of a reservation. So you'll have to let me know on these cards if you're planning to be here next week at 10. If you are, make sure I have your email, and on the card, just put 10 a.m. And then I will email you and tell you what room to go to. And the group will be led by one of our impact leaders. So, and in that group, what's going to happen is a support group. So if I'm in the group, say if Preston is in the group, I would say, Preston, how can we support you today? And Preston might say,
I need some help.
I need some help bad. So Preston would say, I need some help bad. And, you know, he might say something like, well, things are tough this coming week at work. There's a lot of things a lot of new information I have to memorize because he sells drugs. Legal drugs. And a lot of things I'm memorizing, and I'd like you to see me doing well with all of that work. And so then the group will say, we see that happening for you, we support you fully, and we support him. And then it goes around the circle like that. So it's a support group. Very powerful thing. And it really begins to develop those beautiful qualities we talk about. Now later we're going to do one-on-one groups. But next week we begin these groups of 4. There'll be 10 a.m. and then we'll also have 3 or 4 groups at noon. So if you wish to come to the noon group, same thing. Give me your email and write down group noon. And then I will email you and tell you where your group will be meeting. It may be meeting in the lounge or the meditation room or in a children's room over by the office. But that's how it works. So if you'd like to be in those groups, please write down 10 o'clock or 12 noon. Andy, that's clear, right?
I think that's very clear.
Ma'am, Mary Pat.
Is that for just next week, or is this every week?
We're planning on doing this every week. And so we're just getting started, and we're going to do about 3 groups at 10, about 3 groups at noon, and then we may be multiplying these depending on, you know, how many people get involved. That was a very nice question. Olivia, do you have any questions? Okay, Olivia has none. Okay, so I want you to know that, and now what we're going to do is... Do people have their hands up? Rodina.
Are you committing to the group for an extended period of time?
I would say no at this point, but when you're in the group, let the group leader know. Like at the end of the group, you may say, I'll never be back to this place again. Or you may say, hey, I'll be here for the next 2 or 3 weeks, so you'll work that out with the group leader. Yes, ma'am.
Similar kind of thing. So if you feel that you only need to come for a short while, or if after we've started this, we want to, you know, jump in later, people can do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Once you're in the group, it does cost $500 to get out. Yes.
People usually, for people who work,
morning and noon is pretty complicated. Have you thought about doing something in the evening hours?
We may do that as well. So we may be adding those through the week for those people who may have difficulties. Because we want to make this available to everybody.
Okay.
And so this is our first stab at it, right, Preston?
Yeah.
First stab, and then we'll do another. Any hands up now? Okay. Now what we're going to do, we've been having something called the impact groups. We have impact 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thus far, we've only taught 1 and 2. In order to get to 2, you have to do 1. Last week, we honored those people who graduated from impact 2. It was a fine-looking group. And it is a belted class, which means, very much like in martial arts, as you move up, you receive a belt. They received really nice blue belts. Today, we honor those people who finished Impact 1 and are paused and ready for Impact 2, which will begin in September. And so I'm going to ask Dawn to please come up. I'll hand her a mic, and she's going to be calling your name. And I'll be over here. And so if you can, when she calls your name, come and visit me, and I will present your belt. And then, if you will, please form a line right here. Hold the applause, because when you see how lovely these people are, you're immediately going to want to just start clapping. But hold the applause until they line up, and then we're going to recognize them, give them lots of love and blessings. I think we're ready.
Well, one thing is this on?
No.
I think so. One thing. Can you hear?
Try it now.
How about now? No? How about now?
Now, the light's on.
It is on.
Jerome will turn you
How
on.
about now? Okay. We just acknowledged Nika for cooking for the Last Supper, but she wasn't in here, and now she is, so maybe we want to thank her one more.
That was some of the finest cooking, and I didn't even get any of it because people ate all of it. Mary Pat just went on and on all week about it.
And was it
She's the cooking one.
sweet potato? Was that what it was? The soup? Claire loved it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get the recipe because... Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you again.
Oh, we're just chatting. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Jessica Miller.
Susan Miller.
Oh, Jessica Miller.
Oh, Jessica Miller. Jessica Miller, I have known you how many years?
Probably about 18.
18 years. Man, I'm only 20. You're 15. I don't know how that happened. Well, I'm so happy to present this to you. And whenever I see you now, I think author, because you have a book that is soon going to be out and published, and it's a fantastic book. My wife is reading it right now. But what a great book. What a great mind to be able to produce those things. So we honor you greatly. Love you a lot.
Kimberly Austin. Will Lynch. Daniel Gadabaki. Jennifer Runyon.
I'm very happy to present this to you. Much love to you.
Stephanie McGilda.
Blessings to you, my friend.
Derek Van Sickle.
Love you. Daniel, blessings to you.
Anna Kearney. Joshua Logan.
We've been doing yoga lately.
And Susan Miller.
Excellent. Feel free to do a posture up there if you want. Stephanie, you have two belts. Stephanie's our prayer partner today, too. So I don't know if these match, but blessings. You are the man. Good to see you. Josh, it's a pleasure to see you. I'm glad you could come today. And Susan, wonderful to see you. Give me another hug.
Did we miss anyone? Is there anyone here that did that and I did not call your name? Okay.
Well, please look at this wonderful group of people and surround them with lots and lots of love and express that to yourself. So you guys just look fantastic up there. So thank you for letting us take a look at you, and you may go ahead and grab a seat. Thank you. And the group, we did such wonderful sharing, and so it's really good to see everybody. And now at this time, before we have our meditation, we're going to have a special song from the band that will sort of prepare us for our meditation time.